Welcome into 3 Up, 3 Down. I am your host, Rob Wong. Man, the Blue Jays back in the win column, make it 2 straight wins, in fact, and they win a series over the San Francisco Giants as the Bats have all of a sudden woken up. And who knows how much of it is the new dragons that the Blue Jays have in their dugouts with the one on the stick. There's like a puppet looking one. It's just completely hilarious what the Blue Jays are doing right now with these dragons that have completely transformed the offense. But I mean, it's hard to deny it right now with what they have shown since the purchase of these dragons. The Blue Jays scoring 9 runs on Tuesday night to win 9-3 over the Giants. And then on Wednesday in the afternoon game, in the series finale, they break out for 5 runs in the first inning and go on to win it 10-0 over the Giants. Dylan Cease, of course, a massive story, and we'll get to that in a moment. But you just never know. Something that the coaching staff and the Blue Jays players coming up with here with the Dragon to try to just ease the tension, try to take guys' minds off of what has been going on and as far as the struggles have been with this offense. And I said it after the game on Monday, and I think a lot of people did as well, felt like this was rock bottom. You lose that game 10-1 to the Giants in the series opener. The Giants are not a good team, as we have seen in this series, and the Blue Jays honestly haven't been great either. So it was really a situation which bad team was going to come out on top. And after that 10-1 loss, it just felt like things couldn't have gotten worse for the Blue Jays with the way the offense was going. The pitching wasn't great in that one either. And go figure, they come out of this with 19 runs in the final 2 games of this series. Wasn't exactly a situation where there were, a ton of hard hit balls all the time and everything was a screaming laser or home run, but they hit their fair share of extra base hits, especially in that last game with a bunch of home runs, as the Dragon definitely had to put in work on the Wednesday game against the Giants. But it's just nice to see, and I'm sure a lot of this has been a confidence issue with some of these players where they are just in a situation where things have not gone well, and the way things have gone, you just start to press and you press and you press, and just next thing you know, things have absolutely hit the bottom of the barrel. But good to see. A lot of guys starting to swing it now of late, which is a positive thing. Ernie Clement has been in the leadoff spot. He's picked up a bunch of hits. Kazuma Okamoto, of course, with a big grand slam in the series finale. We even saw Vlad Jr. hit a home run, his 5th of the season, absolute laser beam over the center field wall. George Springer hits a home run in his return to the lineup from paternity leave. So a lot of good signs when it comes to the offense. And Logan Webb's a good pitcher. We have seen it for a while now. He is the ace of this Giants staff, and the Blue Jays were able to get to him. I know they didn't really touch him up the rest of the way after that first inning, but you'll take it any way you can get it right now. And if you're going to hit a home run, a grand slam off Logan Webb as part of a 5-run first inning, you're doing pretty good, I would say. And that was a good sign to see. We'll see if the confidence continues to ride high for the Blue Jays as they now head off to San Diego to square off against the Padres. And the Padres, of course, have some really good pitching, especially when it comes to the bullpen. Mason Miller, of course, one of the best closers in all of Major League Baseball. You've got Adrian Morejon, one of the best lefties in all of Major League Baseball. They're pretty banged up right now, are the Padres. Guys like Jason Adam, Jeremiah Estrada, they're on the IL, so we'll see how things go for the Blue Jays. But the confidence is high right now. How could it not be, coming off that series where you score 19 runs against the Giants? So just positive signs when it comes to that. Felt like that's really all this group needed. Just some confidence, some positive signs moving forward, just to start to build the momentum, especially when it comes to the offense. So good signs, like I said, and we'll see how things go when they head to San Diego to play the Padres. So Dylan Cease, of course, the big story of this game on Wednesday afternoon, coming 3 outs shy of a no-hitter. And I'm not just saying this to be a hot take artist or anything, but as cool as no-hitters are and perfect games are, we know how much that is dependent on the team defense as well. Guys have to make plays when the ball is put into play. And the Blue Jays obviously have a pretty good defense, and Dylan Cease did his part, striking out 11. But I'm more impressed by 20 strikeout games, or we remember the Brandon Morrow game that he had with the Blue Jays all those years ago, where he came up short of a no-hitter but struck out the world. Like, I'm more impressed when guys have massive strikeout games than I am with no-hitters or perfect games. They're cool, of course, and it would have been cool to see Dylan Cease pick up a no-hitter in his first year with the Blue Jays, the first one in how many years? Almost 36 years since Dave Stieb did it for the Blue Jays back in 1990, the only no-hitter in team history. Would have been a pretty cool story. But nonetheless, it just goes to show again how good this guy has been for the Blue Jays as a free agent signing. So many people knocked this signing when the Blue Jays made it in the offseason. Dylan Cease, this guy has, had ups and downs and has never been a consistent pitcher. You're just going to get 5 innings every time out of this guy. There's just no consistency. Sure, he can strike out the world, but he walks everybody and all the blah, 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 blah. And yeah, he's had his hiccups. There's no doubt about it. But on the whole, the numbers have just been absolutely amazing for Dylan Cease this year. And it's just been a huge, huge win for the Blue Jays. Not only their pro scouting staff identifying Dylan Cease as a target, but credit to the pitching coaches as well and the pitcher development staff for turning this guy into an absolute stud. I mean, career numbers across the board for Dylan Cease. His ERA now down to 2.56, his FIP sitting at 2.2. He's giving up less than half a home run per 9 innings. He's striking out 13 and a half per 9 innings. The numbers are just incredible. He's having pretty much a career season if you look at a lot of the stats that he's putting up. And he is one of the front runners for AL Cy Young. Going to be interesting, of course, to see what happens if the wins aren't there. I don't think that's the same as it used to be, of course, where guys' win-loss total would affect how people voted on the Cy Young. I think we're a little bit smarter than that right now. Dates back to the year Felix Hernandez won the Cy Young, where he didn't have that many wins on his win-loss column, but all the other stats really jumped off the page, and people were in favor of him winning the Cy Young. So could be a spot like that where Dylan Cease maybe doesn't get to, say, 15 wins on the season, but all the other numbers are just too hard to look past, and he is the guy. But yeah, it's just awesome to see. The arsenal is incredible. Just really don't have any words other than this guy has been amazing to watch pitch and has really cemented himself as one of the best pitchers in all of baseball right now, to be honest. There is no other way to say it otherwise, that he has come out here and just looked like a completely different guy. Used to be just a fastball slider pitcher. Now he's got the sinker, he's got the changeup, he's got the curveball, he's got just every possible pitch you can think of. And he talks a lot about the shapes, of course, the 6 different shapes that he can throw. The command still comes and goes. There's no doubt about it. But when he is on, there are not many guys I think you feel more comfortable about having on the mound to win a single game. And go back to last season, I think it was 3 times he pitched 7 innings for the San Diego Padres. And so far this year, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5 outings with at least 7 or more innings. So already surpassed that by quite a bit compared to where he was a year ago with the Padres. He is just a completely different pitcher right now. And teams seeing him for the first time since he left the Padres are getting a pretty rude awakening at how nasty he is now. And the Giants definitely saw that on Wednesday. Lastly, just wanted to send my condolences to the family and friends of Braden Fisher. He unfortunately had his father pass away earlier this week and was away for on the bereavement list. I know he spoke to media down in San Francisco. Just a really unfortunate and sad story with his father passing away, getting ready to watch his son play against the Giants this week in this series in San Francisco. But just terrible news, and my thoughts and condolences go out to Braden Fisher's family. As someone that has lost a parent, it is not easy, of course, and I'm wishing them all the best. Nice to see Braden Fisher come back to the team and just wanting to be around his friends with the Blue Jays, and coming off a big series win like that. Hopefully that will just boost the spirits, because it is a difficult time for the Fisher family. So just wanted to send my thoughts and condolences out to them. That'll do it for this edition of 3 Up, 3 Down. You can follow me on Twitter at RobWong34, at 3_up_3_DWN on the show account. Make sure to give us a 5-star review and let me know your thoughts on today's episode in the comments section below. Make sure to like, follow, share this podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That'll do it for 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again on Monday.